Good morning, students. Hope you all are well. So, today also we will discuss different parts of our skeletal system and the structure of our bone. So, first, let's see our backbone. So, it is a long bone that present at our back. So, you can touch your back side and you can feel our backbone. So, our backbone is also known as the vertebral column. It is attached with our skull. As you can see, this backbone contains many small bones and it forms the vertebral column. So, it contains total 33 bones. So, what is the function of our backbone? It connects with the skull and it protects our spinal cord and it helps us in bending. So, with our backbone, we can bend our body. Okay, next is our girdle bone. Okay, so we have two types of girdle bone. One is shoulder girdle and that is also known as pectoral girdle, and another is hip girdle or pelvic girdle. So our shoulder girdle connects our forelimbs to the upper part of our body. Okay, our forelimbs means our hands. So it connects our hands or our arms to the upper part of our body, and in that portion it contains a pair of shoulder bones and that is known as collar bones. Now is pelvic girdle. So pelvic girdle connects our spinal cord with our hind limb, means with our leg. Okay, means to our lower portion of our body. Pelvic girdle connects the spine to the hind limb or to our legs. So what is the function of pelvic girdle? It protects some of our organ like kidney and urinary bladder. So as you can see, this is the diagram of pelvic girdle, and this pelvic girdle connects the spine with our legs or our hind limb. Okay. Our next is the structure of our bone. So let's see what are different structures of our bone. As you can see, this is the diagram of our bone. So the outer part of our bone or the outer layer, that is very hard layer, but inside the hard layer there is means the inner layer that is soft and spongy, and inside the bone there is a jelly like substance and it is known as bone marrow. What it is called? It is called bone marrow, and this bone marrow is responsible for formation of our blood cell. So it helps in the formation of red blood cell. So in the diagram, as you can see, that is written periosteum, that means it is the outer part of the bone, and inside portion or the inner portion, that is the soft portion and spongy bone, and this lower portion, the red portion, that is the red bone marrow. So what is the function of red bone marrow? It helps in red blood cell formation. Next is joints. So when two bones are attached together with some strong tissues, that is called joint. So let's see what is the definition of joint. So joint is a meeting point of two bones and these are held together by some strong tissues like tendons and ligaments. So we have different types of joints in our skeletal system. So the first is hinge joint. As you can see, this is the diagram of hinge joint. So this hinge joint allows the backward and forward movement. Means we can bend our hand or we can bend our bones through this joint. So it acts like a hinge of a door or a window. So hinge joint we can see in our elbows and in our knees. So it allows only the backward and forward movement. So as you can see, this is the structure of the elbow, means it is a hinge joint. Okay, so two bones are attached together and it helps the backward and forward movement of our hand. Next is ball and socket joint. So here also two bones are present, but the head of one bone is rounded, okay, and that round portion of the bone is fits into a hollow space of another bone, okay. So in this type of joint, the rounded end of one bone fit into the cavity or the hollow space of another bone, okay. So it permits the movement in all direction. So as you can see in this diagram, two bones are attached together. So one bone has a rounded end, and that rounded end or the rounded head is fits into the cavity or the hole of another bone, okay. So the joints between our shoulder and the upper arm is acts like a ball and socket joint, and it allows the movement in all direction. Like the joint between our thigh and hip is an example of ball and socket joint. So these two are the examples of ball and socket joint. Next is pivot joint. This is another type of joint that allows movement in any plane. Means it allows up and down movement and side to side movement also. So what we can see in our neck portion. So the joint between our skull and the vertebral column means our neck, that is the example of pivot joint. So as you can see in the diagram, the skull and the spinal vertebral column that is attached with each other. So in our neck portion that is present, then we can move our head to up and down and side to side. So this is the pivot joint. Next is cartilage and tendon and ligaments. So what are these? These are some special type of tissues that attached either with muscle or with bones. So let's see what is tendon. So tendon is a band of tissue that connects muscle to bones. As you know that bones are connected with muscles and it helps in our movement. So the tendon is a specialized tissue or a band of tissue that connects the muscle to the bone. Next is ligament, okay. So ligament also a special type of tissue that connects bone to bone. Tendon is muscle to bone and ligament is bone to bone. Next is cartilage. So cartilage is very soft and gel like a padding between two bones. Cartilage present between two bones or in some other portions of our body, okay, and it also helps in the movement. So cartilage are present between two bones and it also present in our nose and in our ears. Next is physical exercise and the muscle movement. So strong muscles give an individual stability and improve the posture of the individual, improve the body balance, okay. So exercise improves our blood circulation and the blood supply to the muscles, because muscles need oxygen for its function. And some foods rich in protein like the eggs, sprouts, these are very good for muscles, means they can develop strong muscle in our body. And eating food rich in calcium that develop healthy and strong bones. That means physical exercise and the proper diet means protein, some foods rich in protein and calcium, these are very essential for development of our strong muscles and strong and healthy